Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the state of Arizona specifically, and can Donald Trump flip this state from blue to red despite what the polls are suggesting? Because Kamala Harris is a slight favorite in this state according to 538, but it really depends and it varies on what you're taking a look at. For example, Trump is a slight favorite in according to RCP averages. And basically, is this a must win for him? Does he have to win the state of Arizona in order to surpass 270 electoral votes? But before we get started, make sure you guys are subscribed, click the bell so you don't miss out on my content. We're so close to 4,000 subscribers. Press the like button, give this video a thumbs up. Also, we have memberships for our Insta. You can find a link to that in the description section. So as of right now, Kamala Harris has a 0.7% advantage in the state of Arizona, and Biden had won this state back in 2020 for the first time for any Democrat in a long time. And she's currently pulling out 45.4%, as you can see right here, to Donald Trump's 44.6% as of August 14. Now, this is according to 538. You take a look at RCP, it's vastly different, in which Donald Trump has a slight advantage by under percentage point, 0.8%, according to the averages from Real Clear Politics. You have Trafalgar, Trump's up by 1. You have the Cook Political Report, Harris is up by 2. You have Bloomberg Morning Consult, Harris is up by 2. You have The Hill, you have Emerson, Trump is up by 5. Highly rated pollsters. So on RCP, Trump's lead is at 47.8%. Kamala Harris is pulling exactly 47 percentage points. And by the way, this does factor in the 5-way race with all the third-party independent candidates included, Kennedy, West, and Stein. So I would say I would trust this a little bit more than something like 538, in which it really depends if they do include the third parties or not, which is going to be a realistic factor in this election. So we go back 4 years ago, which Joe Biden had won the state by an exact margin of 0.4 percentage points, roughly 11,000 votes. And what's really carried him to end up winning the state is Maricopa County, in which he flipped Maricopa by 2 percentage points. And in order for Trump to win the state of Arizona in 2024, he has to do a number of things, and one of them is basically to flip Maricopa County. Trump, this is his basically only path to winning the state. He needs to flip Maricopa County. If Trump does not win Maricopa and Arizona in this election, he's not going to win this state, and Kamala is going to win it. And also what he needs to do, secondly, is run up the numbers in Yuma County. He needs to perform better, because if he's only going to win it by like 8 points as he did in 2020, he might not win this state. He needs to really have significant high turnout in Yuma, as well as flip Maricopa County. That's the two things that he needs to focus on as far as, county-wise. But something else he needs to do to really flip this state is win over the McCain's and the Romney's style voters of the Republican Party in Arizona. They would call them the neocons, the establishment, and the rhinos is what people on the right would call them. And a lot of them broke for Biden in 2020 because he was seen more as a moderate candidate. So I think a lot of them can break for Donald Trump this time around. And we go back to the polls, in which Donald Trump is, the slight winner. But it really depends on what you take a look at. For example, you take a look at the Decision Desk HQ and, The Hill, in which right now Donald Trump is barely winning this state by a margin of 0.7% against Kamala Harris, as you can see right here, according to 12 polls. 47.3 to hers, 46.6%. And you take a look at a number of these polls in which Trump's up by 1, Harris is up by 3, Harris is up by 2. It really depends on the sample size, because with the higher sample size, Trump is defeating Harris. But, the polls with the lower sample size, Harris is actually winning. And in my opinion, the polls are completely trash. You take a look at Polymarket, for example. It's basically a toss-up at this point. Trump has an advantage over Harris by literally 1 percentage point. And the numbers don't even add up, because obviously this is over 100%, 51 to 50. I don't even know why. So right now, Donald Trump has a slight advantage in Arizona, according to Polymarket, and the Decision Desk HQ as well, and also RCP. Now, he is losing in Arizona to Harris from 538. So it really depends on what you take a look at. So as of right now, Donald Trump has to win over independents and also the McCain-style voters. And the reason why Biden won the state in 2020 was because he bashed John McCain so much to the point where it ended up costing him the entire state. Also, what he can do is make gains among Hispanic voters as well in this state in 2024, as well as probably address immigration, the border crisis, which Kamala Harris cannot address that whatsoever. It's a losing issue for her. So Trump has the advantage in there. And before Biden dropped out, on average, Trump was going to win this state by 6 to 5 percentage points. And all of a sudden, this state is shifting roughly 5 percentage points to the left ever since Kamala Harris took over. And I do not believe that Kamala Harris is going to perform roughly 5 points better than Joe Biden, which is exactly what the polls are suggesting. And that's why I just don't believe the polls. So yes, Trump has to flip Maricopa. If he doesn't, he's not going to win the state. He also has to win Yuma County by more than in 2020. It's not enough for him. So he really has to make these counties, these red counties, more red than what they already are. And he also has to do better in Navajo County as well, in which he only won that county by 8 percentage points. That's not enough for him to, win this state. And also, if Kamala Harris really has high turnout in Tucson, Arizona, it's not going to be good for Donald Trump. And that's what really cost Kari Lake for her governorship bid in 2022. A lot of those, what we would call them, McCain-style voters in Arizona, because this state is very pro-McCain, and basically, Republican Party of Arizona does not like populism. They don't like the, populism that Donald Trump brings to, the Republican Party. They're more, traditional, old school, conservatives. And they don't really go well with Donald Trump. And that's the main reason why Biden had won this state in 2020. And that's the main reason why they have a Democratic senator and a Democratic governor. So Trump really has to play his cards correctly in order to win the state. And he recently just got endorsed here by the former popular governor, Doug Ducey, who you may say he's not very popular because he left office with roughly a 34% approval rating, but still he won the state by double digits, around 13 percentage points, and this is a purple state. So yes, I would call him popular. So yes, Donald Trump did get endorsed here by the former governor Doug Ducey, which I think can sway things, but is it going to be enough? I'm not quite sure. It could hurt Harris, but will it cost her this state? I'm not quite sure. And to answer the question, is this a must-win for Donald Trump in 2024? I would say yes, he must win Arizona. If he does not win Arizona, he's not going to win the election. Because if he loses Arizona, he has to win at least 2 of the 3 Rust Belt states, which I just don't see happening. I don't see reality in which Harris wins Arizona, but loses 2 Rust Belt states at the same time. I just don't see that. So I think he has to win Arizona and get at least 1 Rust Belt state, and that's all he needs to get past 270. So there you guys go. That's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Do you believe Arizona is a must-win for Donald Trump, and can he win the election without winning this state? Specifically, also, do you think Trump can flip the state in 2024? In my opinion, his chances are slowly narrowing down and probably decreasing ever since Joe Biden dropped out in this election. But it really depends what you take a look at. Obviously, 538 has Harris slightly up. RCP has Trump slightly up. The Decision Desk HQ has Trump slightly up by 0.7. And then Polymarket has it basically a toss-up, but Trump is the slight favorite, or at least Republicans are in this state. One last final reminder is to subscribe, click the bell so you don't miss out on my content. Press the like button, give this video a thumbs up. Also, we have memberships. If you aren't interested, you can find a link to that in the description section. That's pretty much it. Thank you, everyone, for watching.